Welcome to tonight's Pirates Digital Media pregame show as the now number 21 ranked North Central Missouri College Pirate women, 18-7 on the season and a perfect 4-0 in Region 16 play, get set to take on the University of St. Mary Spires Reserves in women's basketball. I'm Rick Cole, and this one features two teams heading in very different directions, but both playing good basketball right now. Let's start with the visitors. The University of St. Mary Spires come in at 5-8 overall. The St. Mary varsity coach is Andy Kelly, with assistant Kylie Dunn running the show tonight at North Central. They've quietly put together some momentum, winning 3 straight games coming into tonight. As always with reserve or JV teams, there really isn't a whole lot of information that we can pass along to you. However, this is a group that has struggled away from home. They're 2-7 on the road, but anytime you win 3 in a row, you're playing with some confidence. St. Mary returns to action on Saturday against Tabor College, and that will be the end of their season according to the USM website. So they'll be looking forward to heading into that game, possibly on a high note, and possibly with 4 wins in a row if they can win tonight. Reserve teams are always interesting matchups. You get some depth, you get some energy, and sometimes players looking to prove that they belong at this level. That makes them pretty dangerous, especially early in games. You remember yesterday, the Pirates struggled a little bit early in the game against Central Methodist Reserves. Speaking of the Pirate women, what a stretch it's been for Joe McKinstry's Pirates. North Central is ranked number 21 nationally, sitting at 18-7 overall. Here's the headline: no losses since before New Year's Eve. The Pirates have won 7 straight games. They're 13-2 over their last 15, and their last loss actually came on December 30th. That's pretty consistent basketball. At home, they've been even better. They're 9-2 inside the Ketchum Community Center. And yesterday, North Central defeated Central Methodist University 81-66. It wasn't pretty at times, just 36% from the floor, 6 of 40 from three-point range. But what stood out was the second half. A tie at halftime, then the Pirates outscored CMU 44-29 in the second half. Saturday, the Pirate women beat Jefferson College 78-61. That game featured 11 made three-pointers, a 10-rebound advantage to North Central, and 13 assists. Let's take a look at the season numbers for North Central. 75 points a game, 61.2 points a game allowed. Shooting-wise, 39% from the field, 27% from three-point land, and 63% from the free-throw line. Looking ahead, the Pirates will be back on the road Saturday at St. Louis Community College. It's a 1 o'clock tip-off, so tonight is about protecting home court, continuing the rhythm before heading back into Region 16 competition. Momentum is wearing black and red right now, though it seemed that there was some concern during the CMU game yesterday. Here's Joe McKinstry following yesterday afternoon's game. Then it's the national anthem and the starting lineups from the Ketchum Community Center in Trenton.
I don't know about uneasy. I felt like, obviously it wasn't pretty. I felt like we were going to get a win, but certainly wasn't happy with the effort that we put together today.
But things turned around in the second half. What happened there?
I think they finally realized they're not doing what they're capable of. We expect a lot out of them as far as our effort and our energy. And honestly, on nights where we're not making shots from the perimeter, and we did a great job in the first half of getting to the free throw line and just didn't capitalize. We didn't make them pay for those fouls and those free throw attempts. So when you do that, you got to play defense, and you got to create some easier opportunities for yourself in transition and some layups and some things like that. And defensively, we were just kind of in relaxed mode, and I think it showed with how that first half went for sure, and quite honestly, probably the first half of the third quarter as well.
You know, when you prepare as well as anybody, and when you play a JV team or reserve team, you don't have time for that. You can't find stuff, can you?
No, it's hard to find information on them as far as personnel, film, what they do well, even stats. You can't find those things. But the truth of the matter is that these are games that we shouldn't have to do a whole lot of preparation for. I think it was obvious that once we kind of started really picking up and raising our level and competing the way that we know how, that obviously that kind of showed on the final quarter and a half or so there. But we had a day off yesterday. We wanted, after a big win on Saturday, wanted to kind of rest their legs and whatnot. And I get it's difficult to come in and play these games when you don't necessarily have a lot of preparation or knowledge on your opponent. But I felt like with the Rissler kids being here, and the atmosphere was fantastic, and they wanted us to really get it going so they could cheer loud for us. And unfortunately, I felt like we let them down for most of the game. But to me, and I get it, these girls are young, they don't understand it, but this is going to be gone someday, and we don't get these opportunities forever. And we need to, I would myself, Coach Houston, we would love an opportunity to lace them up again and be able to compete against somebody. And so, that's part of the message that you got to do at this level to try and get your young players to understand that, they need to appreciate opportunity to compete that we get. So, luckily we were able to turn it on and get a win tonight, but we certainly got to be better moving forward. And that's the main message is we got to do a better job. Our season's going to end a lot earlier than we hope if we continue to play like that, and more so just give the effort that was early on.
How about St. Mary tomorrow?
Same deal. We don't really know much about them, and we're going to have to come and obviously play a little closer to 40 minutes than we did tonight.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Hi, this is Joe McKinstry. I'd like to thank you for your support. Stay tuned. Tonight's tip-off is coming up soon on Pirates Digital Media.
It's the Ketchum Community Center in Trenton, Missouri tonight, where we'll have basketball in a split doubleheader. First, the North Central Missouri College women at 18-7 take on the University of St. Mary Spire Reserves 5-8. And then later on tonight, North Central's men host Marshalltown of Iowa. North Central 16-8, Marshalltown 8-18. That will be our second game tonight. Hi, everybody. I'm Rick Cole, and we are looking forward to seeing the Spires tonight. We don't often get to see St. Mary, University of St. Mary out of Leavenworth, so it's good to see some different uniforms in the gym, and we'll see what St. Mary will do. They've won 3 straight games, but only 4 of their last 10. This is their next to last competition of the year at the JV level, so I'm sure that they are anxious not only to play, but also to be probably done with their season, to be honest. Let's go down to the floor for our national anthem and introduction of players.
With the play of our national anthem. numbers for the visiting Lady Spires. At guard, 5'6" freshman, number 5, Juliana Walker. At guard, 5'5" sophomore, number 6, Ariana Mosley. At guard, 5'11" sophomore, number 14, Aaliyah Moss. At 4 to 5'10", junior, number 23, Ella Gillum. And at 4 to 5'11", sophomore, number 31, Aria Tanner. The head coach for Lady Spires is Kylie Dunn. Now everyone on your feet for the starting lineup of your NCMC Lady Pirates. At guard, 5'7" sophomore from Lancaster, Missouri, number 1, Sydney Ashelman. At guard, 5'7" sophomore from Lakeland, Missouri, number 3, Keely Bean. At guard, 5'7" sophomore from St. Joseph, Missouri, number 4, Honor Mannings. A guard forward combo, 5'10" freshman from Chillicothe, Missouri, number 21, Liz Oliver. And at 4 to 6'1" sophomore from Mount Vernon, Texas, number 32, Taylor Morrison. Head coach for Lady Pirates is Joe McKendry, and assistant coach is Ariel Houston.
So those are your starting lineups tonight for the Spire Reserves and for North Central Missouri College. Interesting, the winning streak by North Central, they've won 7 straight now. They're 9-2 at home. No losses since December 30th. They have been playing well. They certainly have come a long way since their opening games. If you saw their early games this year and see them now, you'll see a team that is a lot more cohesive. They work really hard on defense. Not the greatest shooters in the world, but they have won with some guts and some determination and some very good conditioning, we need to point out also. It will be in the circle to jump it up. Taylor Morrison, she'll be jumping it up against Ariana Tanner. We do not have a lot of information, like stats, for the Spires, so we'll do the best we can, and we obviously can tell you a lot about North Central, but we want to be fair in how we do it. Pirates start first in their gray uniforms tonight. Liz Oliver drives in, but it's short, and there is Ariana Tanner that gets the rebound, a 5'11" sophomore. So the Spires will have their first chance at things. A 3, and just a little bit long. The rebound to Keely Bean of the Pirates. She's a sophomore and handles most of the offensive point guard duties. Here's Ashelman from the outside. She connects on her first one, and the Pirates jump out to a 3-0 lead. Getting warmed up for the World Cup with terms like nil. 6 is Ariana Mosley. 5 coming out of the corner. Walker again, looking for that cutter, but Manning's got her hand on it. 15 to shoot, another 3 ball. Morrison touched it, but good hustle to get to the ball, but then knocking it out of bounds is Mosley. Mosley's from Kickapoo High School in Springfield. Hustling after that ball, she didn't quite control it. Our referees tonight, by the way, are Adrian Lindsay, Paul Malter, and my good friend from our old William Jewell College days, Connor Hazelrig, is also reffing this game. Here's Ashelman again, and she can't get that one. Manning's at the inside position. It's knocked out of bounds, though, by the Spires, and that one was knocked out by Aaliyah Moss. Reset 20-second clock for North Central. That's Oliver off the inbound scoring. So Liz, who scores 11.7 points a game, hits. Sydney Ashelman had the initial 3-pointer for North Central. Mosley going to work with the pass inside, and rescued in the corner by Gilliam. And a strong rebound by Taylor Morrison. Pirates have really ramped up their running game. I don't know that they're running as fast as other teams, but they're certainly trying to push it up the floor to take the advantage, and their ball movement is excellent. Oliver, no, and that rebound gathered by Ella Gilliam. She's a 5'10" junior from Bashore, Kansas. Good drive, got a step there, but couldn't convert it, Mosley. Manning's the other way. Oliver inside, taking on 3 Spires. It's knocked off the jersey. Well, they're going to say it was touched last by North Central. So 7:51 remaining in the first quarter, 5-0 North Central. Not a real big crowd here, but there are a lot of us that agree it's kind of nice to have a little bit of peace and quiet in the gym after we had the elementary school kids in yesterday. It's certainly different. And as much as we enjoy those elementary kids,
they can tire you out. I don't know how teachers do it all day long. I mean, I used to be a teacher, but never at that age group. Again, it's Mosley driving, scooping it up, and can't hit it. So lid on the basket for the Spires. Ashelman comes the other way. Bean won't shoot a lot. Mannings does like to shoot, and that's the reason why. She can hit from pretty much anywhere on the floor, averaging 13.3 points per contest. So the Pirates out to a quick lead. They had a big lead against Jefferson on Saturday and then saw it gradually go away. In fact, Jefferson led it early in the second half after being down 10-0. And like I've always said for years and years, if you're going to get down big, you might as well get down big early. Work your way back in. Forcing it in and loose on the floor. Manning's diving after Ashelman was there, and trying to wrestle it right back was Moss, and the alternating possession will go to North Central. Pirates have won yesterday against the CMU reserves, and Saturday we talked about Jefferson College. They beat Jefferson, and they're sitting pretty in a 6-game regional schedule. They are 4-0 with St. Louis coming up Saturday, and then a week from Saturday, St. Louis again here at Ketchum. Moss driving, blocked by Ashelman, and she also got her with part of the body. It's the first foul of the game. Our crew tonight here on Pirates Digital Media, led by producer Aiden Snyder. Our director is Guillermo Gomez. John Godbout is in charge of our replays and graphics. And on our cameras tonight, Alejandro Somaza, Luis Leon, Nick Stewart, and Alvaro Alegria. Baseball and softball and golf all underway, along with track and field at North Central. Our baseball and golfers were out working in the nice weather today, so they kind of sprinted up here to help us with the production of this game. And finally, the Spiders get a bucket, but it's the 1-point kind by Aaliyah Moss. Michaela Hunter is in, a freshman from Lee Summit, Missouri, wearing 21 for the Spiders. Bean inside to Morrison. She's really good at that turnaround move once she gets her hip around the defender, but that one just a little too strong. In the corner, and a look there, right over the top of Morrison, a little bit long by Gilliam. And on the floor again, wrestling for the ball. This will be an interesting call, and they're going to say it came off University of St. Mary. Malaya Carrier is now in. Kylie Dunn is the head coach for the reserve team. She is in her first year. The head coach at University of St. Mary's is Andy Kelly. Pirates up by 7. Manning looking inside. They've got Oliver posted low and Taylor Morrison out high. Morrison, Ashelman, and then Bean's going to have to chase that one with 10 seconds to shoot. Bean pitches to the corner for Ashelman, and that's a bit short. Manning's with the rebound, goes at it again and drops it off to an open Liz Oliver. A couple of baskets for Oliver, the freshman from Chillicothe. And the Pirates having no trouble with the Spires here very early in this game. 45, Queen Bradley is in, and Queen stepped on the end line, it looked like, at the sideline rather, and gave it away.
St. Mary, number 34, Reagan Breckel.
Reagan Breckel from Omaha is in. So right now, Kylie Dunn has used, I believe, everybody with the exception of one player, which is, of course, what a JV team is for, getting experience, and the Pirates turn it over. Second turnover for North Central. There have been 2 Spire turnovers here early on. Handling the basketball is Malia Carrier. Nowhere to go against Ashelman, and then a whistle and a travel. Trying to come away from that screen and pop outside. Michaela Hunter dragged a foot, and again another turnover here for the Spires. At halftime today, we are expecting the Dance Wave, along with some younger dancers, we understand, that are going to be part of the performance today. And tonight, both for the women and the men, will be presenting a highlight video from the year so far. So we'll have the women's highlight coming up after the Dance Wave tonight. Hunter to a wide open Breckel. And out of bounds, Oliver takes charge of the rebound. Bean through traffic. Gets it right back from Ashelman. Liz Oliver awful quick with that first step, and she's got 2 more. 6 leading all scorers here in the early going. So the Pirates rolling here against the Spires. Like we said, we don't see St. Mary very often. They're an NAIA team out of Leavenworth, Kansas. They play in the Heart of America Conference, and we are seeing more of the JV teams from the Heart. And that is going to be a foul on Taylor Morrison and a media timeout coming up here for this game. First quarter, 4:24 to play.
Hey, Jay from State Farm. Check it out.
The old Fumble-Rooski.
Or you can bundle home and auto and save money. The old Bundle-Rooski.
Bundle.
Come on, man. Bun. Come on.
Oh, my gosh.
Come on, man. What was that? You didn't supposed to.
Call it Rooski.
I can't do it.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Kylie Dunn leads the Spires tonight here at North Central Missouri College. The Spires 5-8. Their varsity team, coached by Andy Kelly, is 15-9 of this year, so they've been playing well at that level. Also, in the 3-game winning streak, the Spires have beaten McPherson College. That was last Saturday, and previous to that, wins over Kansas Wesleyan and Central Methodist University's JVs, who we saw yesterday. Hunter to take the free throws here. And we'll have one more. Hunter is a 5'7" freshman, played at Lee Summit High School. She was a Tiger there. Very similar colors, except instead of dark blue, it's black at Lee Summit High School. And so both points, obviously free throws for the Spires, and they'll go to a zone here inside. Lexi Burns makes her first appearance. That one is blocked by Breckel, and here come the Spires. And all the way down is Breckel. How about that drive? Reagan Breckel from Omaha Mercy High School. It's a private high school in Omaha. Once upon a time known very much for their volleyball program. Lainey Oostman is into the game and will throw the inbounds. Also in is Hankey. And this young lady, Delaney Richards, who scores that bucket. So Delaney gets a bucket. She had 2 points yesterday against Central Methodist. Jacqueline Tully is the final Spire to see the court, and she turns it over as she was trying to penetrate. Pirates by 10 to this point in the ball game, shooting 40%. And University of St. Mary, 13%. They are 1 of 8 now. Burns from the high post. Johnson, the kind of designated three-point shooter. Peyton misses that one, and here comes St. Mary's again. 21, Michaela Hunter. Breckel goes around Burns. Good help side defense by Hankey, and then the tip right back to Breckel. And the spin move inside. Breckel has another bucket. So Breckel, the freshman guard, has scored a couple of baskets back to back. Here's Richards from the corner, and she buries that one. Delaney Richards only shoots 21% from behind the arc and hits that one here in the first quarter. Tully on the drive. Breckle against Burns, a little too strong, and Richards has the rebound. And a foul from behind will be called on Michaela Hunter. Here's the replay of the shot a moment ago by Richards, and anything she can add from that far out is going to be a very good thing. Delaney is from Lone Jack. Jennifer and Todd are her mom and dad, and she is just a freshman. Now Henke, freshman from Princeton, and a strong rebound by Ariana Tanner. And reaching in, the Pirates tie it up, and the alternating possession goes back to the Spires. Our director in this game is Guillermo Gomez. Replay and graphics by John Godbout. Good crossover for Mosley. Let's see what she can do with it. And as it turns out, she gets a foul from Henke. 3 fouls on North Central, only 1 against University of St. Mary. And another free throw try here for Mosley. Kickapoo High School is where she graduated from. Ariana is a sophomore. And her first 2 points of the game. St. Mary is now 4 of 6 from the free throw line. Burns can't hang on to it, and it'll be another jump ball. And the alternating possession this time will keep it down at this end with North Central. Boy, I tell you what, Tanner likes to mix it up in there. 5'11" sophomore. Henke around the circle. And they're very aggressive on defense right now. Burns in a triple team situation, tied up one more time. This time we will go to the other end with 1:55 left in the first quarter. Pirates Digital Media live telecasts are available on YouTube at Pirates Digital Media Live and on Facebook at Pirates Digital Media, as well as PiratesDigitalMedia.com. That'll be 3 if it goes. Ushman with the rebound. Laney all the way down the lane and was held, and it's another jump ball. We've seen more alternating possessions than we have field goals, I think, here in the first half. 1:37 left in the first quarter. Had to throw it somewhere, and it's tipped out of bounds. I think it'll belong to North Central. Mariana Mosley chased it, but she had been the one that touched it. And the Pirates will have the ball. It looks like Joe McKinstry wants a timeout and will take it. We'll see if it's a 30 or a 60. I believe it's going to be a 60 and a media timeout. Let's see if they stretch it out here or not. Nope, they're going to leave it at 30. So we will take a brief timeout, and we'll be back in a moment on Pirates Digital Media.
Welcome to North Central Missouri College.
You are welcome here at North Central.
You are welcome at North Central.
You are welcome at North Central.
You're welcome at NCMC.
You are welcome at North Central Missouri College.
You are welcome here.
Give us a good look here at North Central Missouri College. We welcome you and would be glad to have you here on our campus.
Shiver.
Joe McKinstry takes a timeout here with 1:32 left in the first quarter. Pirates have 17 to shoot. Here's Ushman trying to force it down low. It's knocked away again, and Tanner is right there in the middle of it, forcing another alternating possession. You rarely see a jump ball on the men's side. You see more of them on the women's side, but man, this is a lot of them here early on. Mosley giving it down low. The drive ball knocked away as going in hard was Juliana Walker. And the lead pass is tipped away by the Pirates. Pirate men play tomorrow. They'll play tonight as well, but tomorrow Kansas Christian College's JV comes in. We are an independent school. We're not in a conference. We're in a region, of course, under the NJCAA, but not being in a conference means we have to schedule a lot of games against four-year schools, junior varsity teams, or reserve teams. Hankey, no, and a strong rebound by Ella Gilliam. Mosley, and I think we've got a clock difficulty here that we'll have to iron out. You can see 14 seconds on the clock. That can't be right, so they'll set it at 25. And now we go. Mosley has been going all night, still not able to hit a field goal. Hankey into the corner. That's a pretty good catch by Richards just to keep it alive. Now Burns pitching it to the corner. Good ball movement again by the Pirates. They have 14 seconds to shoot, and it's Ushman who wiggles her way free and gets the shot. Look, she's just getting more and more confident as this season goes on. She has worked very hard to be a post player, but she's more naturally inclined to be a swing player, playing a little forward, a little guard, and she grabs that rebound. 1 second left, and the Pirates will not get the shot away as the first quarter comes to an end. Pirates leading it 19-8 against St. Mary.
No good, can't speak, wind up.
Pirate men waiting to play next. That's them sitting watching the women tonight. They'll be taking on Marshalltown College out of Marshalltown, Iowa. Pirates with a 19-8 lead to open the second half. Richards takes that shot, but she had stepped out of bounds before she released it, so it's a turnover. And speaking of stats like turnovers, that'll be the fourth against North Central, 5 in the first quarter against St. Mary. St. Mary, though, only 2 of 14 from the floor. The Pirates shooting 40%, 8 of 20. There's a nice layup and a start for the Spires. That is Malia Carrier who gets the bucket, her first. Burns down low, looking maybe for some help here. Ushman trying to bail her out, and that's way off the mark. And here come the Spires. Hunter cut off by Ushman. Boy, pretty good job playing the passing lanes and gathered in by Hunter, but now just 16 seconds left to shoot. Pirate defense has gotten better and better through the year, as you would hope. And there was a travel and another turnover. There's that layup a second ago by Carrier. Honor Manning's back in for the Pirates leading scorer on the season. Pirates averaging 75 points a game, shooting 39% from the floor and 27 from the three-point line. So they're not a dynamic offensive machine when it comes to shooting percentages, but they just kind of seem to get the job done. They're very good rebounding, especially defensively. The number 9 in defensive rebounds per game in the nation. Breckel picks up a foul there. It's the first foul of the second quarter, and here's Ashelman at the line. Sid Ashelman is from Lancaster, Missouri. 4 points in the game. Back-to-back district championships at Schuyler High School, and she set the record at Schuyler for the highest free throw percentage in their history. Mannings grabs the rebound, and she'll have 2 shots. Pirates do a lot in the free throw shooting game. If we're talking about national rankings, they're number 3 in attempts per game, averaging 25 attempts per game, and they are number 6 in free throws made per game, making 16 a game. So they're percentage, not dynamite, but they get there a lot, and a lot of them go in. Mannings has 4, 13.3 points per game. And the Pirates' lead expands to 12. Carrier against Mannings. Help side defense by Hankey, and it's knocked away from her, and Hankey comes up with it. Patty Hankey ahead. Ashelman to the cutting Liz Oliver. Wasn't that pretty? Oliver has 8, the leading scorer for the Pirates. 4 points for Reagan Breckel lead the Spires. Whoa, that one airmailed, and that'll be another turnover. So 8 turnovers for the Spires. And the Pirates will lock it up. Neither team really pressing in this game. Pirates walk it up and attack the zone. And Hankey drops it through, just like you would want to do it against the zone defense. The lead is 17. In the corner, Bradley lets it fly, and Mannings is there to gather it on the bounce. Great pass to Hankey. She hangs in the air and scores it. Again, well executed, and Honor Mannings shows that she's more than just a scorer. She can literally dish it out. Tully cut off by Bean, and then a whistle on the outside. Mannings is going to get that foul called on her. It's her first. And the second to make it the first on North Central, 2 on the Spires. Tanner back in for University of St. Mary. Walker also back in. Tanner has come in. And also you heard Aaliyah Moss, announced by our PA announcer, Philip Wilson. Bean with the loose ball. 3-on-3, Mannings wide to the corner. Taylor Morrison keeps it alive. Tried to keep it alive again, but knocked it out of bounds. And they're going to call a foul on Taylor as well, going over the top. So that's 2 on Taylor, and on a team that doesn't have a lot of bench strength, not that it's looking like we're going to need a lot of depth tonight, not to jump the gun, but she has her second foul. Behind Taylor is Burns and then Oostman, and they're both just a little undersized. And she may just have picked up her third. So Morrison picks up 2 more quick fouls, and she has 3 in the first half here, very early in the first half. And Burns will come off the bench. Been impressed with Tanner. Area Taylor rather, has been very aggressive, very physical, and now has her very first point. She's from Parachute, Colorado. That's a parachute of a free throw, and it's good as gold. I'm from Colorado, and I've never heard of Parachute. Burns. Now Mannings. Kept alive momentarily by Ashelman as she knocks it out of bounds with 6:31 to play in the half. Talked about tomorrow's matchup for the men with Kansas Christian College's JV coming in. That'll be a 7 o'clock start. Our airtime will be right in the neighborhood of 6:40. Then Monday we've got another doubleheader, another split doubleheader. The women will be playing Highland Community College. They're pretty good, and The men will, for the second time, face Quincy University's JV. There's Ashelman with another 3, her second, and 7 points in the game. Pirates have not shot particularly well from three-point land. They were 6 of 40 yesterday. I meant to ask Joe McKinstry if that's the most he's ever had a team shoot three-pointers. Ooh, look out. They're going to call it a kick by the Spires, and it'll belong to North Central. I forgot to ask Joe, and 40 is an awful lot of attempts in a game. Oh, that's 1 per minute. That's a lot of three-pointers, 1 per minute. Liz Oliver hurt her finger yesterday, and looks like she's holding her hand, and maybe got that a little bit banged up again today. She'll come out. Ushtman is in for North Central. Pirates and Spires here. Again, the Spires are in their next to last game of the year. Bean over to Ashelman. Burns inside, power drive, and she'll draw a foul and go to the free throw line. It'll be on Tanner. And Ariana Tanner gets her first and sends Liz to the line. Excuse me, Lexi Burns to the line. Lexi gets the free throw. She's a 6-foot freshman from Richland, Missouri. All conference 3 times at Richmond, all district 2 times. And 1 of 2 here for her only point. Walker in the backcourt, a freshman guard. Breckel has been impressive with her aggressiveness and ball handling so far. Hunter on the sideline works against Bean. Dangerous pass. Walker comes away with it. Now loose on the floor. That's got to be a travel, doesn't it? They're going to call a jump ball first. Of course they are.
Jump ball possession arrow favors St. Mary.
So at 33-12, the Pirates have this comfortably in hand. In a little uncomfortable situation here for the Spires. They have just 3 seconds to shoot. Walker will look to find someone in a shooting position, and now they're saying violation on the end line, and that should turn it back to North Central unless it was a defensive violation, which it was. So Ashelman got a little too close. Ushtman knocks it away, and here come the Pirates. Bean and Ashelman straight on, straight in. So Sid Ashelman hits her third three-pointer, second one in the quarter, and that's enough for Kylie Dunn to take a timeout here with 4:48 to play. We will take a break here. It's also a media timeout, and we return in a moment.
Partners with North Central Missouri College Athletics include BTC Bank, agriculturally minded, service-oriented, and driven to strengthen the communities it serves. Farmers Bank of Northern Missouri, bank on the go with Farmers Bank mobile app. Grundy County Lumber, your authorized local steel dealer. Pettijohn Ford, now offering low upfront prices and no hidden fees on every vehicle in stock. St. Luke's Health System. St. Luke's unique combination of clinical excellence and compassionate care makes them the best place to get care.
Pirates enjoying a big lead against the University of St. Mary's Spires here in the first half, 4:48 to play. There's a Dance Wave presentation coming up. We understand it'll feature some of the younger trainees, if you will, for Dance Wave, and that's coming up at halftime, plus the women's highlights, at least to this point. Right now, we have a visitor here at Pirates Digital Media. Enzo Philly, I hope I'm saying it right, is from Cameron, Missouri, and is visiting us tonight. You game to do a little bit of color here?
Yes, sir.
All right. Feel free to jump in whenever you can. There's a pass from Ashelman, that's way ahead of the target, and a turnover for the Pirates. How are you feeling about this game? It's been a little bit one-sided. Have you been impressed by anybody in particular?
Oh, just about 1,000 jump balls called already.
No kidding. It's been a long time since I've seen that many.
Yes. Ashelman here has hit 3 threes. She is on fire. She cannot miss yet.
She can be very streaky, and I think that inconsistency is something that'll get better as she gets longer into her career. And there's a block by Ashelman.
She heard us talking about it.
Yeah. She's a 5'7" sophomore, so she is actually working into her second year. Last year she didn't play a whole lot. She had some spot duty off the bench, but this year Joe has encouraged her to take a lot of three-pointers, even if she's not hitting them. And she's come along pretty nicely, even though she only shoots 26% from behind the line.
Well, it sure is working tonight.
So tell us about yourself. You're what grade are you in Cameron? You're not at Cameron High School. You're at?
I'm at CCA. We're a public school that our church started. I'm a sophomore.
What are your ambitions in life?
I'm looking around. I just love basketball. It's my passion. So excited to be here, working with the broadcasting team, watching.
Carrier hit the floor for the Spires, and there's a whistle at the other end of the floor. Well, we're glad you came by. You came with an entourage, it looks like.
Yes.
Who's all here from your school?
Here's my mom and my principal and my principal's daughter. She's my best friend.
Oh, is she really?
Yes.
Pirates have 23 to shoot here, and Bean driving. She doesn't take, as we've said, many shots, but she can penetrate. She's especially efficient when she penetrates, draws the defense, and pitches it to a side. Enzo Philly is our guest commentator for a few moments here, visiting our broadcast site.
That one's a little short there. Missed the first free throw.
Bean is a 41% free throw shooter. But her stock in trade is handling the ball and playing some really tough defense. Wow, look at that long shot. And look how she missed it. And she's a little embarrassed by that. So the Pirates up big here. And if you're looking at shooting percentages, 42% for the Pirates and 15% for the Spires. They just have had no luck getting the ball to go in. Carrier has one of the field goals for the Spires. Mosley has 2 free throws made. And the Pirates continue to play aggressively on defense. Mosley's going to let it fly, and it'll drop right into Ashelman's lap. Bean long to Manning. She's looking for that three-point stripe. Burns double team, pitches it right back out. Honor Mannings. And a long rebound to Mosley. Let's see if she can fly down there, but look who's there. Manning's recovering after missing the shot, and a foul.
Great hustle to get back, just tripped up.
She's really fast. I mean, she really is, end to end. Now the subs for the Pirates, Hankey, Johnson, and Delaney are in, Delaney Richards. .23 is Ella Gilliam, and an interception to Hankey. Hankey 2-on-2, 3-on-2, and Hankey misses. Burns hustling, and she gets the putback. So Lexi Burns, her first field goal, 3 points total. She had 8 against CMU yesterday. What do you do? Do you play sports?
I do.
What's your repertoire of sports?
Oh, I just play basketball. That's all our school has, but that's probably all I'd really play anyways.
Steal by Mannings. Hankey, pretty tough catch, and she goes ahead and scores it anyway. Addie Hankey was 7. Do you have ambitions to be a college basketball player at some point? I would imagine.
I would hope so, yes.
Let me introduce you to Mr. Esri, our basketball coach.
Oh, yes. I'd be glad to meet him.
And a long one by Mosley. Well, I'll tell you one thing about Jeremy Esri. If you ever do meet him, he'll be your friend for life. He's a great guy, an outgoing guy, and I'm sure you'll get a chance to meet him sometime tonight. If you don't, then make sure you walk up to him and say hi. Maybe not in the middle of the first half, but...
Right.
I'll bet he would even take time for you then.
Checkers Lady Pirates number 21 Liz Oliver.
And then he'd go back to yelling at referees and such. Yeah, coaches are. I've never seen a guy like Jeremy Esri who can be so intense into the game, being in someone's face or the referees, and then just kind of turn around and be just the gentle guy that he is.
Yeah.
He's really a character.
That's kind of how my coach is, but maybe the opposite.
Oh, really?
He normally yells at us a little more, but he's pretty calm towards the refs.
Jeremy can yell. Yes. Another foul across the wrist, and this is going to be on Carrier, her first foul. She's from Houston. And Honor Manning's to the line. She's already hit 2 free throws.
Yeah, I think yelling's just a trait that comes with great coaching.
That certainly seems to be a common denominator. In my coaching days, I was a yeller too. That was I don't know if you know who Bobby Knight is, but that was in the old days, and it wasn't particularly effective, I've got to admit. Mosley driving over the top of Oliver, and Oliver knocks it away. Here comes Manning, dishing it up. Johnson for 2, and maybe for 3. Peyton Johnson running the floor, and Manning's getting her the ball just the right time. As Connor Hazelrig called the foul, and now Ashelman to the line, Johnson to the line for a free throw. Peyton hasn't shot many free throws this year. This will be just her 10th attempt.
It's good.
She's 7 of 10. Daughter of Tracy and Jeremiah Johnson. Carrier over the top of Manning's. Mosley takes the ball back. Johnson will keep it alive. Peyton was our halftime guest yesterday. Oliver found the crack she was looking for and drops it in for her 10th point. She leads North Central scores. Take that back. Sydney Ashelman has 10 also. The Pirates continue to dominate here in the first half with 48 seconds remaining. We're looking for the dance wave at halftime. There's a Spire foul on the offensive end. And let's see, they're going to talk about it as Ariana Mosley goes over toward the bench and will come out. Let's see what this is. It'll be interesting. Technical foul called on Moss.
Technical foul issue number 6, Ariana Mosley.
Nope, take it back. It's Mosley. Connor raised one finger on one hand and 5 on the other, hoping we'd add them together. And I thought she was saying 14. Anyway, so the tech comes down in that corner. Addie Henke will be the Pirate that'll shoot it. Addie's a 79% free throw shooter. And a foul also on Carrier on the play. So I'm assuming that the foul was called and Mosley said something.
Yeah, she thought we were being a little too physical on the defensive end.
It has been physical, I have to admit that.
Laces both free throws. Oh, one more here.
There's one more, apparently. Going to get another 2, so the foul would make sense. 5 fouls against the Spires, and Addie Henke drops in all 4 free throws. Wow. If the score was really tight, you would say that could be one of the big plays of the game. However,
does not seem to be too crucial here.
Just being honest. Richards drops it in. Liz Oliver. Johnson from the corner loads it and scores it. Peyton Johnson, a 3. Our guest on air tonight is Enzo Philly, sorry.
Number 21, Michaela Hunter.
Hunter hitting that shot. And that is her 4th point. 15 seconds left in the half. Johnson again from the corner, a little high arcing this time. Long rebound, plenty of time here for Hunter. Giving it off, fired up by Gilliam, and that's the way the first half ends. with the Pirates leading at 54-16. It's been easy going for the Pirates so far, as the Pirates in the half shooting 44% and the Spires shooting 19% from the floor. Well, we understood that there was going to be a dance wave. Oh, there they are. They're down there and getting ready to go. Well, watch the dance wave here and then be back with the highlights of women's basketball in a few moments.
They will be performing Hot Cheetos and Takis, choreography by Kobe Mosby, under the direction of Dance Wave dancer Molly Hickman.
How about those 7 young ladies? They did a fine job. The Dance Wave is coached by Stephanie Hickman. She wasn't the originator of the program, but she certainly has refined it, and having some young students in there is a big deal. We're back in just a moment with highlights from women's basketball.
Shout out Film Guy, right?
It's always pretty amazing how the camera guys can track the ball in the air looking through this little window. They are so talented. They bring these games to life. So they're a lot of times the unsung hero of the broadcast. They do some incredible work.
Pirates lead it here at halftime over the University of St. Mary, 54-16. We went through some of the archives of our season and picked out a few of the clips that were kind of entertaining so far this year. We'll make a complete highlight tape of women's basketball, but thought we'd go ahead and show you some of the best plays from so far this year. Scoring most of the year. Pirates still looking for their first point. Manning 0 for 2. Ashelman out on Nance, and Ashelman takes it away, and she will be unimpeded as she goes in for 2. Morrison pops outside. Manning's on the run. Great pass inside. And Liz Oliver.
Delaney Richards into the game. Johnson, top of the key three. Drills in. Peyton Johnson.
Makes it a 78-39 game. King continues to compete. Blocked in there by Liz Oliver.
Oliver gets her hand in there. Gets it to Bean. Open look. She's going to dump it off to Mannings. What a...
Wagner inside, knocked away again, incomplete again, and into the hands of Richards. Mannings, quick pass to Morrison. Wasn't that pretty? And the Wolves have their offensive set. Dawkins looking inside, a little mix-up as she couldn't get the ball inside and touched it last to North Central, and Mannings catching and
getting pressured heavily from Morrison. Backdoor cut to a screen, open look, kicks it. Can't get it to fall. That was India Robinson, and now the Pirates out in transition. Manning's gonna pop and drop the shot on her.
Jayhawk conference, but not any non-conference. We lose a game against Highland. Wow, right downtown. That is.
Sydney's in the corner, swings it to Henke. Puts on a spin move, down low to Burns. Nice find. And the Pirates is driving, looking for a pass. Winds up in the hands of Oliver. And Bean is going to take a shot, and she rattles it. And that might get...
Against the zone, the skip pass to Mannings, Bean, and now Oliver. Back to Mannings. And that's...
Yeah, it was really just Morrison and Lexi Burns down there as Bean dumps it off to Ashelman in the lane over some defenders, and she gets the contest.
Queen. Hanky on her, giving her a headache right now, and is picked off by Johnson. A race, and Johnson wins it. Now by 31. Oliver. Or excuse me, that back tomorrow we'll have more basketball. The two remaining games in the NCMC Classic. The shot clock reset inadvertently, I think, and she was a spark plug last year for the Pirates. We're looking forward to seeing her. Here's a steal. Hanky in a race and is able to avoid. Is second. I haven't seen Stewart today. And the three, good. She has talked about being a culinary, going to culinary school and being a chef. I think she'd be great at that. There she scores on defense by the Pirates. They look quick and they look like they know what they're doing. Richards, middle of the floor, found the open wing, and two more. Keep trying to skip that ball across until that zone gets tired. There's the good pass from the baseline and putting right. The only option, and there's a steal by Mannings, and Honor Mannings.
Here's a long three, just too much there. And Ivory with a quick burst of speed, nice step through, and the touch.
Quarter, they have led all the way. Hanky, pull up. Hanky, follow up. Manning still in the ball game. Bean driving. Morrison off the pass, and she gets it to go in.
And that is Bean.
A 6-foot freshman. Like you said, when they walked into the gym, Kirkwood's big. They get off the bus, and they're impressive.
They sure are. And
there, drive by Shigola, and the Pirates come away with the basketball. 3 minutes to play in the quarter. Nice pass on the break, and a layup for Addie. Had 5 points and 2 rebounds. Ashelman, good inside position. It's Burns going up, and she'll have a chance.
3 points a game. The 5'5" freshman from Fort Worth, Texas. Gets it down to Burns and uses the left hand.
Kirkwood right back. And underneath the big block. And
Vikings. And Bean is going to find Morrison, and she'll take it up.
To go in.
And that is Bean's 4th assist. I think all to Morrison.
It may be, yeah. And get that one to go. And here comes Hankey. Hankey with a nice lefty layup. Situation that will not reset anything, so the Pirates still have to get a shot up. And they get one in. Delaney Richards open up against the 2-3 zone here. Skip pass, Mannings, and that's the way you beat a zone.
Ashman going to go low to Oliver. Nice footwork, and the left-handed finish is good. Handling the ball. Picked off, got her body in front of her. Here's a wide open way up for Honor Mannings, and she gets it. And the Pirates now. And Oliver driving. And here's Bean. Steps back. Finds Ashelman. She'll take it. She'll throw it up, and she'll score it. Sydney.
Which America's favorite team, Denver, did win that game. I don't know how or why, but they did. Ushman the other way. That would be me. He was gracious, and we did have a chat afterwards. Long drive down. It's Ivory for 2.
And a screen from Burns. Johnson finds Hankey. She'll drill that one. Addie. As North Central is just taking some shots here before the clock winds out, and it's Richards with the Burns this time. Kicks it out. Utchman's going to take a top of the key 3. And it gets the nice touch. How about that?
Honor with the ball, taking it down the court.
Finds Burns, and she gets this one. Nice find.
Score free throws. They can completely change the game.
Especially in a game where fouls are getting called at a high rate. As Mannings gets the offensive read. The Pirates moving the ball. Swinging it. Here's an open Mannings. She's going to take a 3. She hits it. Honor Mannings. Long season for them. And here's Oliver to the paint. Throws one up. Count the basket and 1. And an open look for Oliver. And Utchman takes the handle. Down to Morrison. Backing her way down. And she gets the soft touch to go.
Of Northern Missouri, there's a bank rooted in community, committed to your success. Welcome to Farmers Bank of Northern Missouri. Whether you're opening a checking or savings account, starting a business, or growing your farm, Farmers Bank of Northern Missouri offers personal, business, and agricultural solutions tailored for you. Banking made simple. With online and mobile banking, you can check balances, make transfers, pay bills, anytime, anywhere. Need a loan? We support agriculture, personal, home, and business loans with experienced local lenders who understand your needs. For business owners, we offer merchant services, remote deposit capture, payroll direct deposit, all the tools to keep your operation running smoothly. As a locally owned, FDIC insured bank, we believe in more than banking. We believe in community. Your growth is our mission. Farmers Bank of Northern Missouri, member FDIC and equal housing.
Halftime at the Ketchum Community Center. You see the lead for North Central. It's been an easy go so far. And here's a look at some of the halftime team stats. Take a look at those, especially the rebounding while we talk about the leading scorers in this game. First of all, for University of St. Mary, 2 young ladies with 4 each. That's Ariana Mosley and also Reagan Breckel. Mosley has 3 rebounds and Ella Gilliam has 4 rebounds. Pirates are led in scoring by Addie Henke with 11, 10 points for Liz Oliver, and 7 for Honor Mannings. Honor also has 7 rebounds and 4 assists in a decidedly one-sided first half here at Ketchum. Well, the Pirate news from around athletics. First of all, our track and field team has been in action. NCMC Track and Field went to Maryville this weekend to compete at the Bearcat Invite. Genesis Bethea, who claimed first place in the high jump, clearing 2.06 meters, won that event. That's pretty impressive for a first-year program, and congratulations to her. Pirates will play defense first here, and the Spires knocked that one out of bounds. Did I say the Pirates will play defense first? I'm thinking back to the first half, I guess. It's actually the Pirates with the basketball, as you can see. There's Liz Oliver off to Ashelman, who had a nice first half. Morrison is there to put a hand on the ball, and here's another alternating possession. Pirates are 9-2 at home and 13-2 over their last 14 games. Their last loss was in December 30th. So they have played all of 2026 with all wins. Pivoting around, and Mannings was too close to Aaliyah Moss, and it'll be a foul on Honor. 54-16. Aiden Snyder is our student producer tonight. You heard Aiden on that highlight clip a little bit. He works with Ethan Shoup, who you also heard on that highlight anthology. That foul is on Tanner and gives the ball back to North Central. So the Pirates in control here without any question. Liz Oliver passes it outside to Bean. And right through Oliver's hands and intercepted by Aaliyah Moss. 23 is Gilliam. And knocked out of bounds by Liz Oliver. Joe McKinstry and assistant coach Ariel Houston have just 10 players dressed. They started the year with, I believe, 13, a couple of injuries, and they are down to 10. So you'll see the same 10 girls out there the entire night. No matter what the score is, they've got to put 5 on the floor. And I think the Spires are kind of the same way. They're going to rotate everybody in, which of course is, we talked about this before, the objective of having a reserve program. That's a foul on Taylor Morrison, and that's going to be 4 on her. So as we said in the first half when she got 3, it's not really, I think, an issue how this game is going to turn out. However, Taylor has gotten into foul trouble through the year, and here it's very early for a 4th. Meanwhile, free throw good. Tanner has one more. And she's looked good as gold on her free throw attempts. Well, I tell you what, I really like her. She's the Coloradoan that has played so physically. She's got that big brace on her left knee and a sleeve on her right. There's another 3 that rattles in by Sid Ashelman, her 4th three-pointer. For a young lady that shoots 26% on the season from the three-point line, she's having a big night, and she has had a couple of big games. Manning steps in front of that, then lost her balance, and they're going to call a foul on the Spires.
St. Mary foul number 31, Aria Tanner, her 3rd.
And it is Aria Tanner that gets her foul. It's her 3rd. Spires come into this game with 3 straight wins, beating McPherson, Kansas Wesleyan, and Central Methodist reserve teams. Walker is shaken up a little bit as that ball heads over the backboard. I think Walker's going to be okay. Whatever happened, she ended up down on one knee, but now she's smiling about it. I knew a guy one time that was down on the floor, and he fell over using a camera. That was me. And it was about the same spot. There must be something about that spot. It's become legend among Pirate Digital Media that Rick Cole one time fell on his fat behind while running a camera. Bean to Ashelman. Mannings and Oliver. Liz to Bean. Penetrating and passing outside for Manning. And there's Liz Oliver, the follow.
Number 21, Liz Oliver.
So Oliver hits that follow-up. Pirates continue to roll. They are number 21 in the nation this week after being 24 last week. And that'll be out of bounds. Coach Mack and I had a talk about how important is it for you to be as highly ranked as possible headed into the postseason. And the whole story is that if you're one of the teams that is expected to go to the national tournament, but you get upset in either the regional or district part of the way to get to the national tournament, then that's where those national rankings come in, because the higher ranked teams would be the ones receiving the 4 at-large bids. So moving up in the poll is a nice thing to look at and talk about, but it also figures into the national tournament field, unless all the top seeds hold. But if there's an upset, that's the way those top teams get into the tournament. Look at Mannings in a big lead, going for that loose ball, going all out. Good job, Honor Mannings. That says a lot. And the Pirates get the timeout. It's a 30-second timeout. But it turns into a media timeout, which means we are obligated to go away for just a little bit. I hope you'll stay around, though. We'll be back.
I'm Jane Meservey, the Tutoring Center Director for North Central Missouri College. One of my main goals is to let you know that all the services that an on-ground student has, you have also. Know you're always welcome on a walk-in basis, no appointment needed. Do not hesitate if that means that we have to meet you on a Sunday afternoon or a weekday evening. I have students that may be able to do that for you. Come see the people in the Tutoring Center and get the help you need as soon as possible.
Pirates Digital Media, in its 7th year, brings you North Central Missouri College athletics. Tonight, the Spires of University of St. Mary in Leavenworth, Kansas, are our guests. It's good to have them here. The head varsity coach is Andy Kelly. Tonight, running the team at the reserve level is Kylie Dunn. Our staff on Pirates Digital Media include our videographers, Alejandro Samaza, Luis Leon, Nick Stewart, and Alvaro Alegria. Here's Ashelman for the Pirates. Manning's in the corner. Spires have played a 2-3 zone the entire time. Mannings has hit several three-pointers, as Ashelman has. That time, though, no contact with the rim, so 11 seconds still remaining to shoot, and forget about all that now with the interception. Drive, backing in, Breckel. Liz Oliver does a nice job on her, and stepping in front is Bean, a 2-on-1. Mannings, who really scores well in transition, is able to hit that one. Honor has her, her 9th point. Only one field goal. Well, make that 2, a 3-pointer and a 2-pointer, and that was smoothly done by Ariana Mosley, who has 7. She's a very good-looking player also, very aggressive. Ashelman hanging and just about got it off the board, but instead will have 2 free throws to get to her points. And let's see, it looks like the foul will be on Ariana Mosley, and that's 3 on her. And to the line goes Ashelman. Sydney is the daughter of Whit and Marta Ashelman, wants to be an elementary education teacher at some point. Well, she must have had a good time with those kids that were here from Rissler Elementary yesterday.
Checking in for St. Mary, number 30,
15 points for Sid. Her field goals have all been 3-pointers. She has 4 of those and 3 free throws. Spires will walk it up. The Pirates wait in their man defense. Good drive, hanging but a little long is Hunter. Bean heads the other way. Oliver cutting inside, driving, scoring. Liz Oliver has 14 points now. She had 15 points and 8 rebounds, along with 4 assists and 2 steals against Jefferson last Saturday. Pirates got up big in that game, then got into a little bit of trouble and came back to win easily against Jefferson with a big spurt in the middle of the third quarter. Let's see who this foul is on. I'm going to give it to Ella Gilliam, who is a junior from Bashore, Kansas. And that is her first foul, the 4th team foul against the Spires. 5:05 to play in the third.
Number 4, Honor Mannings.
Mannings at the line, where she has been deadly so far tonight, despite a 51% average on the year. She was one of the sophomores that was honored Saturday. Oh, look at that takeaway by Richard. She gets a second rebound and it's kicked out of bounds by North Central. Now Johnson back in, but first we're due a media timeout, and that's exactly what we will get right here. Pirates and the Spires are battling tonight here at the Mabee Center. The Mabee Center, that's their court. Here at the Ketchum Community Center. We'll be back in a moment.
Every piece of land has a story, written by those who work it, like the Caggianos, who are brewing their own legacy, or the Wrens with their drama-free plot, tranquil and serene. The Upshaws, they DIY all the time, while the Nelsons play lead in their own adventure, 150 years in the making. There's a story in every piece of land. Run with us and start telling yours.
It's been all Pirates tonight here against the Spires of the University of St. Mary at the Ketchum Community Center in Trenton, Missouri. We're glad you can join us, whether you're a Spire fan or a Pirate fan. Pirates looking for their 19th win of the year and have it in hand at the moment. Malia Carrier across midcourt for University of St. Mary. Driving is Gilliam. Ushman is there for the Pirates, and Laney will head up the court. Addie Henke had a nice first half scoring. Bean running the team. Ushman, Henke. Ushman looking inside, finding Delaney Richards, who works on the post. A big block underneath by Gilliam. Gilliam is 5'10", Delaney is 5'9", but that was a dominant block by Gilliam. And 12 seconds remain on the NCMC shot clock. Peyton Johnson back to Delaney. Bean to Johnson. Again against that zone. That's exactly what you need to do. And she hits her second three-pointer. Has 9 total points. High pass. Waiting on the other end is Richards. Another turnover. That's number 17 on St. Mary. Henke to Bean. Bean toward the rim. And a rebound pulled in by Gilliam, the 5'10 junior. They got the block a moment ago. Now the pull-up three. That ball had absolutely no spin on it whatsoever by Carrier, and the Pirates come the other way. Here's Johnson from the other side. And Carrier is there. It's Johnson and Carrier dominating the action right now. Hunter pulls up, falls down, and there's the foul. Foul is going to be called on Henke of the Pirates. 2 on her, 3 team fouls on North Central. And Leah Carrier from Houston looks for her 3rd point.
At the line shooting for St. Mary, number 21, Michaela
Nimitz
Hunter.
Senior High School is where the 5'6" senior is from. Peyton Johnson did a good job blocking out the shooter. Not such a good job trying to throw it over the top of her. And nearly a steal, and a foul is going to be called on the Spires' Michaela Hunter. And that is the 5th foul on St. Mary in the quarter. So the Pirates will go to the free throw line.
15 foul. At the line shooting play.
Peyton Johnson from Ray Peck High School. Raymore Peculiar in longhand. She once hit 9 of 10 3-point shots in a high school game for Ray Peck. Can you believe that? Hits 2 free throws here. 11 points. She had 12 against Jefferson Saturday. And she really brings that, you know, again, whether she's actually hitting shots, that's really nice, but just the threat of her taking those shots really opens up the middle of the floor for a small Pirate team. Good catch and drive by Tanner, who continues to impress. Her first field goal, though, but again, she's very aggressive. And that's one thing I think you can say about all of the Spire players. They've been very aggressive. They're not backing away at all despite the score. They are competing and they're going hard. And I can't think of a better thing to say about a basketball player. There's a travel on Hankey. I don't know, when I talk to athletes and I have no particular connection to them, especially younger athletes, the thing I want to know, did you play hard and did you have fun? If you can answer yes to both of those questions, and you've had a pretty good experience. Another foul called, and maybe we should loosen up those whistles a little bit. Peyton Johnson gets called for the foul, and for Peyton, that's just her first. And Hankey, underneath, I believe, was fouled. Or are they going to say simply out of bounds? No foul. And so with 2:40 left in the third, the Pirates take over. Hankey for 3. Why not?
Number 13, adding Hankey for 3.
Hankey coming down the middle of the floor with the loose ball, spots Delaney Richards. Bean, again, will not shoot very often. .15 to shoot, 2 minutes to play in the third, and another whistle, 3 seconds on the Pirates. Pirates have turned the ball over 10 times now, 17 for the Spires. North Central at 44% shooting for the game, and the Spires at 19%. The rebounds also being dominated by North Central. They have a 17 rebound advantage, 41 rebounds for North Central, 24 for the Spires. And Ushman fouls here, and that'll be a chance for 2 free throws for Tanner. Good touch for Tanner.
At the line shooting for St. Mary, number 31, Aria Tanner.
Tanner is 5'11", second-year player. Has made 6 free throws and a 2-pointer today. Pirates being patient. You know, when you get a hot hand like Hankey has, I'm so impressed she didn't take the first shot that she saw. Instead, they worked it around again. And then when she got back into the rotation, she steps into another one. That's going to be a travel and give the ball back to North Central. So the Pirates continue to dominate here. Men's game is coming up next. It'll be North Central 16-8 against Marshalltown of Iowa 8-18. Carrier for 3. And the Pirates will let it bounce and right back into their hands with under a minute to play in the third quarter. Baseball's opening day is February 21st. That's a week from Saturday. Softball's opening day is February 21st. And we'll have as much baseball and softball and this year flag football on the air this spring as we can possibly manage. Of course, when we've got conflicts in our home games, that's tough, but we'll set up single camera coverage or what we like to call bonus coverage when there's a conflict. Kind of looking forward to flag football for the first time ever. Lainey Oostman hitting 1, and she'll have 1 more. And so her 4 points up against her 6.3 average. And 45 seconds left in the third. Carrier, foul line extended, has nowhere to go against the Pirates. 34 is Breckel. Through a double team, gets it outside to Carrier, and Carrier strokes a 3-pointer.
Number 30, Malia Carrier.
6 points for Carrier, the 5'6" player from Houston, and that gets a gasp out of the crowd, and new friends everywhere. Malia Carrier went into the crowd. Doesn't seem like anybody was hurt, thankfully. There you see the interaction after Carrier went into the stands. And the ball deflected out of bounds belongs to the Spires. 12.5 seconds left, third quarter. See what Breckel can do here against Johnson. And now the drive by Tully. Got free, but jammed it into the bottom of the basket, and that'll be the way the quarter ends as the Pirates continue to dominate, leading at 79-28 after 3 quarters here at the Ketchum Community Center. We'll be back with the fourth quarter in just a moment. North Central Missouri College basketball. Tonight it's been all Pirates here against the University of St. Mary Reserves. St. Mary varsity, as we mentioned before, 15-9 under head coach Andy Kelly. They're having a nice year. See, they've got a great conference season too in the NAIA's Heart of America Conference. Oliver driving, can't hit it. And Mosley took the ball, and boy, thank goodness we didn't have another jump ball call. Outside three, a little bit short by Tanner, and the Pirates run. This is Henke all the way down. A little out of control perhaps, and lost the basketball. So the miss on the fast break. Pirates shooting 44% from the field and 20% now for the Spires. And that one's right to Liz Oliver. Oliver the steal. She'll slow things down. That's a good choice given the situation. And a good pass inside. Delaney Richards working hard against Gilliam. Outside, and a long three by Johnson.
Johnson for three.
So Peyton hits her third three-pointer. She has 14 points. And the Pirates continue to roll. They average 75 a game, and they had more than that at the end of the third quarter, if you want to make some kind of a perspective comparison. But again, look at St. Mary's. They continue to work hard in that zone. They continue to get out on the potential shooters. They give up the layup. But I can't tell you how impressed I am that they will keep going at it, not worry about what the score is, just play the game. Play the game that's supposed to be played. High archer, rebound to Bean. She's done a good job on the boards for a point guard especially. Here's Johnson arcing it high and knocked out of bounds. But the Pirates, number 21 in the nation this week, they have shown how good they can be. 17 for Hankey, 16 for Oliver, 15 for Ashelman, and 14 for Peyton Johnson. Also look at the stats here real quick. 9 rebounds for Keely Bean. She leads the rebounder. She also has 7 assists in the game.
Checking in number 5, Lexi Burns.
Burns for the Pirates enters. We'll talk to Joe McKinstry after the game. And here's Hankey reaching in, and when the ball was exposed like that, she took advantage, and a jump ball alternating possession keeps the ball at the Spires end. Good job by Hankey to cover the baseline. Now it's Juliana Walker. Way off the mark. Look out. There's a collision waiting to happen, and did happen. The layup is good by Hunter, but now let's take a look at the girl that was shaken up a little bit. She seems to be okay. That's Aaliyah Moss. And although she's grimacing a little bit, she's headed to the bench and now smiling. Hankey with the basketball, throwing it up for grabs. That's not a very good pass, and Reckel intercepts, and for the second time in the game, she goes the length of the court with an interception to score. Freshman from Omaha. Now Burns goes to a left hand and is fouled. Here's a look at the play at the North Central end, and you see how Moss was knocked down to the floor there.
At the line, shooting 2 for NCMC, number 5, Lexi Burns.
Lexi Burns with a couple of free throws. Lexi's 4th point of the game. And again, one of those players that has just become really valuable to the Pirates. It's not, despite not playing a lot of minutes, she has done some very impressive things, and as a freshman, let's see. Somebody cut. Appears to be the case. Our training staff now, because we've hired an assistant trainer, is led by Megan Becker and Tara Sanchez. And earlier, going back a month and a half ago, Megan disclosed that she is pregnant with her first child, and that's pretty exciting. You talk about someone that loves kids. Loves to be around people. That's Megan. Look at that long one. Wow. Ella Gilliam hits her first points of the night from about 1.5 miles out. The way the crow flies. And then another reach in and tie up as Burns tried to drive. President of North Central Missouri College, Dr. Lenny Claver. Our PA announcer tonight, Philip Wilson. Athletic director is Nate Gammon, and boy, has he done a nice job for North Central. This is a beautiful arena, much of it has to do with him, the vision for making this one of the best playing arenas for junior college ball in the nation, I think. We're very fortunate at North Central. Right now, our baseball players, softball players, flag football, and track are all working indoors in our new indoor facility. It was opened, not much more than a year ago, and it's beautiful. Ushman!
24, Laney Ushman for three.
Laney hits a three-pointer. She has been hitting more and more of those lately. And a nice inside move after the catch by Hunter. 8 points for Hunter. Hankey waved that one off, I believe. And now it's an offensive foul. And they're going to say it was a little hook as Burns tried to make the move inside. So Lexi picks up her first foul. The Pirates and the Spires each have 2 team fouls in the quarter, but the drama in this game has long since disappeared. There's another foul as Mannings went to the ball, and it's going to be a foul on Juliana Walker.
5, Juliana Walker, her first, 3rd team foul.
No shots yet. 3rd foul on the Spires, as we mentioned a moment ago. Ashelman has 4 three-pointers in the game, but won't take one there. In fact, the Pirates will, I'm sure, try to take some time off the clock with that good ball movement. Burns, though, got a little bit of an edge and put it up and in. She has 7 points. The Pirates continue to dominate, looking for their 19th win of the year. And I think a lot of people would tell you, watching the Pirates early, they weren't a bad team. Wow, that's a nice shot. And there's going to be a whistle and a technical foul on Ariana Mosley after making the shot. So the shot will count. And Mosley was making a gesture, I think, I can't tell for sure, but toward her defender, and the referee at the far end, Connor Hazelwick, saw that and teed her up for it.
Her 4th, 14.
And that is 4 fouls on Mosley, and I think they've ejected Mosley. I think that's what Connor was indicating, and now she goes over to the bench and sends Mosley to the dressing room. Well, that's interesting. In the meantime, Hankey hitting the first free throw, misses that one, and she is 5 of 6 in free throw opportunities off technical fouls. And the Pirates will have the basketball here. Mannings feeds Taylor Morrison. She's been sitting for a while with 4 fouls, but again, Pirates don't have much choice in order to give their, if you will, subs, which they aren't really. They're all kind of interlocking pieces, but Taylor had to come back in, I think, to give someone else a break. And now Burns will come back in. Oh, and that's a foul on Morrison. That's why she's coming out. So Taylor has fouled out here with 5:23 to play, but again, the obvious outcome of this game has been known for a while. Tully diving for the ball, and she didn't quite get it. Mannings and Tully are tied up on the bench there, and everybody's going to live to tell the tale. Again, good hustle. Tully went down and went after that ball on the sideline. She didn't have really much of a chance to save it, but she went all out. There's that good ball movement again. All 5 players touching the ball. Hankey spotted for a wide open 3, can't hit it, but it's Ashelman that follows up. That is her first 2-point field goal. She has 17 points. And now a steal. Ashelman with the ball. Hankey out in front. Mannings loves the transition shots. That one was way off the mark. Pirates do not get a reset shot clock. It continues to run. So we'll call it a pass. Ashelman. What a night she's had.
Number 1, Sydney Ashelman.
5 3-pointers, 3 free throws, and 1 2-pointer. 20 points by my addition scores. And Mannings takes it away again. Honor all the way.
Number 4, Honor Mannings.
Honor has not had a huge scoring night, but she's been present as always. 11 points for her, averaging 13 plus. Carrier has nowhere to go. Mannings drops it, or knocks it away rather. Carrier, and then volleyballed out of bounds by Ashelman. And that's going to take us to the media timeout. So we have reached the halfway point of this fourth quarter. Time goes by fast.
Oh yeah, I'll tell you something.
Partners with North Central Missouri College Athletics include Pettijohn Ford, now offering low upfront prices and no hidden fees on every vehicle in stock. Grundy County Lumber, your authorized local steel dealer. St. Luke's Health System. St. Luke's unique combination of clinical excellence and compassionate care makes them the best place to get care. BTC Bank, agriculturally minded, service-oriented, and driven to strengthen the communities it serves. Farmers Bank of Northern Missouri. Bank on the go with Farmers Bank mobile app.
Thanks to our Pirate Digital Media crew tonight. Our director at the moment is Piper Martin, a freshman who's also a flag football player. Their season opens up in, 17 days, something like that. John Godbout is the replay and graphics engineer tonight, and camera operators Alejandro Sumaza, Luis Leon, Nick Stewart, Alvaro Alegria, and others from time to time. Pirates on defense, as working her way in, is Maria Tanner. Coloradoan will go to the line. I wonder if she's a Broncos fan like the rest of the world. I was born in Sterling, Colorado. I've lived in several places in Colorado. But mostly, I became a Broncos fan because where we lived in western Nebraska had cable TV from Denver. So we, for years, got all the Denver news as our main news and sports too. And boy, those were some good years. That was in the mid-'70s when the Broncos went to the Super Bowl for the very first time. Can you name the quarterback of the Broncos during that era? If you said Craig Morton, you're right. Craig wore number 7 for the Broncos. He retired in '82. And the next training camp, there was another number 7 that came into play. That was John Elway. I kind of thought at the moment that maybe that was a little bit of a disrespect for Craig Morton, but it turned out okay. Pirate ball with 3:05 remaining.
Check ladies fires number 23.
And subs en masse coming for Kylie Dunn. And you know what? Kylie's done a good job here. She's rotated people in. She's been very calm on the sideline. She's had a player kicked out of the game, but seemed to handle that, from what I can tell, very well. Oosterman has her 9th point. And a block by Ashelman. That's her second in the last couple of trips down. Peyton Johnson in for the Pirates, 2:53 to play. Again, we'll have Coach Joe McKinstry after the game. He spent the last 2 years at William Penn in the NAIA. The Spires will know about William Penn. National champion twice at Kansas City, Kansas Community College as the head coach, and now at North Central, where I'll tell you what, he's got something going here pretty good. There's a tough layup for Hunter. Hunter with 10 points now, a 5'7" freshman from Lee's Summit. And there's a steal. Taking it away is Walker on a bad pass, and then a whistle and a travel on the wing. 4:31 to play. We'll visit with Coach Mack, and then we will break things down here behind the scenes, get ready for the men's game. And it'll be interesting playing Marshalltown. We just haven't seen Marshalltown in the men's side of things. We played them twice as Henke commits a foul. Played them twice this year and several times over the years on the women's side, but in my 7 years here, I've never seen them play Marshalltown. They were supposed to play at Marshalltown last year, and there was a storm that kept the Pirates from going up there. It was a home-and-home series over 2 years. And look at that long shot. It tipped out of bounds by the Pirates. And Coach Flack was good enough to keep his side of the bargain and say, well, we're still going to come down to your place next year, even though you didn't make the trip up last year.
Your next home game for the Pirates will come up on February the 16th when they will host Highland Community College.
And they will reset the shot clock here at 20 seconds. And on the sideline steps Walker, and that'll turn it over. Again, not really much of a factor right now, but if you look at the stats for the game, that's 25 turnovers for the Spires. The Pirates haven't been that clean. They have 13 turnovers. Spires shooting 26%. Henke misses that one bad and has a wry smile coming the other way. North Central 46% before that shot. Air ball to Ushman, and Laney has to pull up and get it to Henke with 1:47 to go. Peyton Johnson can connect. Drive by Tanner. Too strong. Another rebound for Henke. And Usham trying to follow it up. She's going to be fouled and go to the line. Pirates have 20 from Ashelman, 18 from Henke, 16 for Oliver, 14 for Peyton Johnson. They're all kind of sticking in that 2 points apart range. Then you go to Honor Mannings, who has 12, but Mannings also has 7 rebounds. It would be fun to see Lacey Ushman hit this shot. If she does, she'll have a double-double. She has 9 points, and she has 11 rebounds. I was thinking the other day and watch Laney take this free throw that you don't see many triple-doubles at the college level. In the NBA, you see them all the time. They're a little bit more liberal with their stat keeping. And there's the double-double for Ushman. I did see one triple-double, though, in a women's game several years ago at the Division II level, intercepted by Johnson, but you just don't see him. But the NBA is not really like basketball, is it now? Here's the three. I wonder if Ashelman's hand is tired. She's been off the mark the last couple of times. Knocked around off the foot of Breckel. Thankfully, they didn't call that. Stepping back for the three that's way off the mark. And I don't know if that'll give Ushman another rebound or not. And then it's stolen away by the ever-hustling Jacqueline Tully. Moss driving and scoring. Aaliyah Moss hitting for her third point. And now a whistle with 30 seconds to play. Let's see, everybody has scored for the Spires except for Walker and Bradley. And for the Pirates, Bean has not scored. And Taylor Morrison did not score tonight, even though she's fouled out. Morrison fouls out but has 3 rebounds in the game, but went 0 for 4 from the floor. She is not really a scoring machine. She is just a workhorse underneath. Good rebound position by Moss, and here come the Spires in the last 20 seconds of this game. There's that no-spin shot again by Carrier, and the Pirates now can just let the clock run out, as that's exactly what Peyton Johnson is going to do. And the final from the Ketchum Center, North Central 102 and University of St. Mary 45. And, you know, it really wasn't much of a game on the scoreboard, but I tell you what, I gained a lot of respect for St. Mary, and the continuation of the growth of North Central was very much on display as they win their 19th game of the year. Take a timeout, and then when we come back, it'll be Joe McKinstry with us after the ball game.
Partners with North Central Missouri College Athletics include BTC Bank, agriculturally minded, service-oriented, and driven to strengthen the communities it serves. Farmers Bank of Northern Missouri, bank on the go with Farmers Bank mobile app. Grundy County Lumber, your authorized local steel dealer. Pettijohn Ford, now offering low upfront prices and no hidden fees on every vehicle in stock. St. Luke's Health System, St. Luke's unique combination of clinical excellence and compassionate care makes them the best place to get care.
Pirates 102 and the University of St. Mary 45. Joe McKinstry is with us here. Coach, your team just keeps getting better and better. Congratulations.
Thanks. I mean, I thought tonight was certainly better than yesterday. And that was something we emphasized today in shoot around. Just push. Push yourselves on defense, push yourselves on offense. You know, in games like this, obviously it's nice to put up a bunch of points. It's nice to spread the ball around. It's nice to hold the team to 45 points, but we have to get something out of it, and that can be execution, that can be our defensive stuff, it can be conditioning. And so I certainly feel much better today about what we got out of today rather than yesterday.
Which of those three things did you think you got the most out of tonight?
I thought our defense was much better tonight. We made things a lot more difficult for them. Obviously, they scored, I think, 16 in the first half, and 6 of those points were off of free throws, and some we talked about at halftime. And then, honestly, I haven't seen the stats yet, but I felt like we sent them to the free throw line a lot in the third quarter. We did get a little tired there towards the end and kind of not necessarily left some guys open, didn't necessarily get set defensively like we wanted to, but you know, I think at that point we were pretty exhausted and been running, and that's the biggest thing is we got to make sure that these games are helpful for us, and conditioning is a big part of that.
I'll tell you what, it was fun to watch you again get some of that good three-point shooting. You talked about asking some of your kids to take shots even when they're not falling. What's the reason behind that?
I just don't want them second guessing. You know, and I understand. You know, it was a long time ago, but I used to play, so I understand. You know, you miss a couple, you can get deterred, or you can get frustrated, or you can maybe pass up one. And I just really focus on not wanting our girls to think about that. If they're open, I want them to shoot it. The other aspect is that, you know, we like to push the ball, we like to share the ball. So if we get an open shot, if it's a three-pointer and it's early in the shot clock, I want to shoot it. We emphasize a lot about our offensive rebounding and our effort. And the bottom line is if we pass up an open look, no matter how early it is, we're not guaranteed another open look. And, you know, we can't offensive rebound a turnover. And honestly, deep shots give us great opportunities for offensive rebounds as long as our effort is there. So, you know, I don't want kids overthinking. I've missed a few. I don't want them thinking, you know, it's too early in the shot clock, those types of things. You know, we want to push the envelope. And, you know, the other thing is, you know, I just hopefully build a little bit of confidence in them. You know, we'll get the next one if the last one didn't fall.
8 straight wins, now 19 wins on the season. Congratulations, and we'll see it pretty quick, but good luck to you, especially in St. Louis.
Sounds good. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Joe.
All right.
That's head coach Joe McKinstry here as our game wraps up. The final again, 102-45. We appreciate you watching, whether you're a Spire fan or a Pirate fan. For now, though, we say goodbye and go Pirates.
Jolly Roger. Make sail, laddie. Whoa.